it out. We have Chalk in studio.
Chalk it out.
Chalking it. All right. So 7:56 now, and this is the work of artist Dania Mallette, and she's known as the Chalk Chica. And we're going to be talking with her in the 9 o'clock hour, but throughout the morning we're going to be checking in on her progress as she's putting together this beautiful piece of artwork, and we're talking about the popularity of chalk art.
She travels the world chalking.
And just this resurgence and how it's so popular as an advertising method, and just how popular it's gotten. So
yeah.
Lots of fun.
Looking forward to it.
Well, humpback whale sightings are on the rise at the Jersey. Check out some really cool chalk artwork going on right now, and this is coming from the Chalk Chica herself, Dania Mallette, and she is in studio right now working on this beautiful chalk art piece, and throughout the morning she's going to be adding to it, and we've even got the little Fox 40 logo going on. We're chatting with her in the 9 o'clock hour, but we're checking in on her progress.
I love that. That's fun. It's 8:22 at Fox 40. Take a look at this. The Chalk Chica has joined us here in the studio this morning, a very unique artist. And obviously, chalk is her medium. We're going to be talking to her in just a little while, but we are appreciating what she's doing for us all morning long there. The dairy farms of the Central Valley. We've been really entertained this morning watching the Chalk Chica do her stuff. She's created some artwork for us live in studio. We'll talk about an interesting career she's made for herself and look at some of her beautiful work.
Shopping for glasses can be very...
Thanks very much. It's 9:46, and now Sabrina and the Chalk Chica.
And our Chalk Chica is actually, her name is Dania Mallette, but everybody calls you D, you say.
As you can see why, yes. D works just fine, Chica's fine, Chalk Chica's fine.
She responds to everything, and this is a beautiful piece of artwork that you were creating. You came in at about 7 o'clock this morning, have been working all this sort of throughout the different hours of our newscast, and this is what you do. You do a lot of live work.
I do, and that's what's exciting for people, because it is real time. Sometimes I get to sneak in and do the work and I disappear, and then people will see it and they're like, oh my gosh, and then other times people say, well, I want to see you in action. So I can always accommodate, but it is fun to do it live.
So let's talk a little bit about the popularity of chalk art, because I mean we've all done the sidewalk drawings as kids, or we played on the blackboard at school or something like that, but there's been a real resurgence. People are really using chalk art as a form of advertising. You see it on the sidewalks all the time.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal. I never would have imagined that it would have happened the way it did. I'm glad it did. You know, it's not your school teacher's chalk.
No.
You know, and everything from blacktops to retail spaces, and of course there's always the restaurants and the cafes, but I think what I love about the trend is that more and more people are thinking outside of the box. It's about weddings, it's about special events, and murals that are all chalk. And so there are so many different uses for it, and that's exciting because people are realizing it doesn't really matter. You can use chalk for anything.
Excellent. And it's really eye-catching. And one of the things that you do, one of your niches is, because there are different niches for different chalk artists. You do some massive murals and you do things like this. And there's some things that you don't do as well.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to know that not all artists do all types of art. Even chalk artists, we don't do a lot of the same things. For example, I personally don't do the amazing 3D stuff that you see online. It's amazing work. I just don't do it. I don't do portraits, but I do chalk murals. I do advertisements. I do menus, seating placements for, you know, logos, corporate events. So that's more my niche, and that's important when you're looking for a chalk artist, is to understand what their specialty is. And not only are you hiring them for their expertise, but also to consult, to learn about this medium, how it can fit for your project needs, and find out if that person really is the right fit for what you have in mind.
Okay, and why do you think, I mean, looking at this, why do you think people respond to it? Why do you think that people, they see this and they're like, I love chalk art, that's so cool. What's the reason?
I think aside from the old school days of just using the blackboard in school and experimenting on the sidewalk, we live in a digital world. You can create anything in Photoshop, in Illustrator, you know, and sometimes that's awesome, but there is something to be said about hand-created art, and it's making this resurgence, because I think people are a little burned out on a lot of the digital created art. Not to knock it at all, because it's fantastic, but this is definitely not something you come across every day, and not everybody can do it. So it's something new, it's something different, and it's something fresh.
Very nice. All right, well, Dee, thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about her, the website is thechalkchica.com, and you can check her out. This is really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get on over now to Christine for a look at our forecast.
I would imagine our weather is perfect for chalk art. Nice and dry and hot. Warm weather.